Hello and welcome to our very first SXS Top 10 Countdown, where we count down the top 10 games of a franchise, console, or genre, or whichever. In this very first episode of the top 10, we will be dedicating it to Sonic the Hedgehog. And we begin number 10 with Sonic Unleashed. Sonic Unleashed is a game that was going to be a new reformed Sonic. After what happened with Sonic 06, Sonic Unleashed was the next step for Sonic. Sonic Unleashed actually managed to do a lot of the promised things from Sonic 06. For example, finally, we really got to see Sonic in super high speed like never before, in high definition. The daytime stages were simply amazing. When you go in ultra speed, it's just really phenomenal. Visually, it's also a very beautiful game, exploring a lot of locations from around the globe. Sonic Unleashed was really important in the timeline of Sonic because it brought in a new kind of gameplay that really had a lot of potential for the future. Sadly, the Warhawk stages were not really a big hit. They were not terrible, but in terms of the context of Sonic, they fell out of place and didn't really give enough support to the game itself. Number 9 is Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Sonic the Hedgehog 3 is a very important game in the Sonic timeline, as it's one of the sequels of the Sega Genesis Sonic the Hedgehog games. Sonic the Hedgehog 3 is a really great game. It basically continues the formula of Sonic the Hedgehog 2, with amazing platforming and the introduction of Knuckles as a villain. Sonic the Hedgehog 3 delivers solid platforming. Graphics overall are actually a bit more detailed, with even more sophisticated boss fights and a really engaging level design. The reason why it's number 9 in our list is because the game does have a little resemblance to Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Still, Sonic the Hedgehog 3 is a very solid platforming 2D game that is worthy of the Sonic the Hedgehog name. Number 8 is Sonic Colors for the Wii. Sonic Colors on the Wii is more or less a sequel to Sonic Unleashed because it uses the same daytime stages formula, but it simply cuts down the Warhawk completely and it brings out Sonic in full form for the entire game. Sonic Colors is a really great game. It really focuses a lot on the platforming, providing a really solid platforming for Sonic in both 3D dimension and 2D dimension. The game definitely has a lot of amazing backgrounds that really make the levels very exciting to explore and run around. It also introduced the whips, which gave Sonic some simple but fun powers that provide some variety to the gameplay of Sonic. It's a game that really gives you a lot of options on how to play it. The only problem with Sonic Colors was the fact that it's a little short and the story was really poor. It was simply Sonic and Tails doing some really random jokes that didn't really cut it for me. It also lacked a really exciting ending. Number 7 is Sonic Heroes. After the fall of the Dreamcast, Sonic Heroes was finally the first brand new Sonic game to appear in third-party platforms. It was the long-awaited sequel to Sonic Adventure 2. Sonic Heroes is a great game that brought a new type of gameplay formula. It was a formula of working with 3 characters as a whole team, bringing together 3 characters, each with their own unique abilities. This brought a lot of variety in the level designs of the game. The level design was really unique and they actually looked like they came from the Sonic Genesis titles but now in 3D form. There were some really unique designs, like the Halloween Castle theme levels. Story-wise, it wasn't as amazing as the Sonic Adventure franchise, but it still kept things interesting with a few cutscenes along the way. Plus, it also made a big mystery with the return of Shadow the Hedgehog after it was presumed to be dead. The only real problem with Sonic Heroes was the fact that the levels were actually the same for the 4 teams. Number 6. Sonic the Hedgehog for the Sega Genesis. Sonic the Hedgehog, the very first Sonic game, was simply, well, an amazing game, of course. I mean, if it wasn't for this game, we wouldn't be even making this list. When I played Sonic the Hedgehog on the Genesis, it was actually one of the first 2D retro games that I really enjoyed a lot, even though it was really difficult for me when I first played it because I was just a kid. It was really amazing, the level design, the speed. It was just a really sweet platforming, and it still is. I have finished the game quite a couple of times now, and I really never get tired of it. The soundtrack of this game is simply awesome, classic, and it's just simply a wonderful game to pick up and play quickly. There really isn't any particular complaint. Well, except the fact that the special stages are still a bit impossible for me to play. But aside from that, it's really an excellent game. Number 5. Sonic Adventure. Sonic Adventure was a big breakthrough for the Sonic franchise, as it was the very first Sonic game in 3D form. Sonic Adventure quickly became a favorite by many, with a really fun gameplay that actually recreated Sonic's high-speed levels from the Genesis. But in this new Sonic is now in a city similar to ours, and he got a great new redesign. Sonic Adventure also made playable a lot of characters, that each of them had different gameplay. You could play as Sonic with 10 exciting speed levels with great platforming as well. There was a lot of variety in the locations, from snow places to lava. It had a little bit of everything. It also introduced treasure hunting with Knuckles. That was certainly a lot of fun. Some levels were not exactly a big hit like the Big the Cat levels, but they still provided something different to play as during the game. It was also the very first Sonic game that actually had a very developed story going for it. Number 4. Sonic the Hedgehog 2 for the Genesis. Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is my personal favorite from the 3 Sonic the Hedgehog Genesis titles. It was a big upgrade from the first game. The level design was simply much more detailed, much more exciting than ever before. It also had the introduction of Tails, which was a nice partner to have with. The platforming was actually more challenging, and the level design now focused more on giving you speed sections. Like for example, Chemical Plant has a lot of sections where Sonic goes through high speed like crazy. It was simply a game that improved a lot from its original version. From the gameplay mechanics, the controls even have new things like the spin dash. The graphics are now even more detailed, and like I mentioned, level design was simply much more stunning. Number 3. Sonic Generations. Sonic Generations simply managed the impossible. It actually joined together a big fan base that was simply split up into 2 groups. A fan base that was only interested in Sonic 3D games, and a fan base that was simply focused on 2D Sonic games, with classic 2D levels, and the modern 3D Sonic returns as well with 3D levels. Sonic Generations was simply an amazing tribute to some of the greatest Sonic titles that most of them are in this list. The level design was simply perfect. Everything in the game simply works like a charm. The level design did a great job of recreating some of the classic stages from Sonic, but at the same time adding some spice to it with their new touches. Ultimately, they became even better than their original levels, like Crisis City from Sonic 06. And even Planet Wisp from Sonic Colors simply looks amazing now in high definition. While the game was a little shorter than expected, it did manage to deliver a simple but very fun story where modern Sonic meets its classic version. Number 2. Sonic CD. Sonic Boom, Sonic Boom. Okay, I'll stop. Sonic CD is simply my favorite 2D Sonic game ever. It's just a completely different experience than any of the other Sonic titles in general, just by one simple magical thing, and it's the idea that you can time travel to the past or the future during the game. This really provided a lot of exciting stuff for me because I was really curious to see how this world would become in the past. I wanted to see it in the future version as well. This provided a lot of variety every time that you replay all these levels. Not to mention the level design in general was simply amazing. It had a lot of 3D sections of sorts in a 2D platforming game, and it was very significant because it was the first time we saw some cutscenes, we got a soundtrack, and we got new characters like Amy and the very popular Metal Sonic. It was also very challenging, but even though I died a ton of times, I would never get tired of replaying and trying again until I finished it. It's truly a masterpiece of a game. And now, the number one game that you've been waiting for is Sonic Adventure 2! Sonic Adventure 2 is simply my favorite Sonic game ever. It was the very first Sonic game I ever played. Before I played this game, I didn't really like Sonic because he was competition to Mario, even though I never played a Sonic game. Until Sonic Adventure 2 came for the Nintendo Gamecube, and I decided to try it out. Little did I know, Sonic Adventure 2 would become one of my favorite games of all time. Sonic Adventure 2 really impressed me by the amount of variety that the game offers, from Sonic speed levels to Knuckles treasure hunting to Tails shooting missions. But most of all, the cutscenes really impressed me a lot, seeing how much character development was actually done through them. It really inspired me in becoming a screenwriter myself. To this day, I probably wouldn't be following a career in the world of cinema if it wasn't for this game. It may sound crazy, I know, but some games just simply change you forever. And Sonic Adventure 2 just did that. It was simply a high quality game from top to bottom in every single way. The gameplay was amazing, the story is amazing, the graphics are great, the soundtrack is simply stunning, and I simply replay the game over and over again and I never get tired. And I have contacted a lot of people who are friends of mine and family members who also tell me that their favorite Sonic game is definitely this one. Well, that's it for the top 10 countdown of Sonic games. Remember, this is my opinion and my opinion only, so let me know in the comments what's your favorite Sonic game. Or if you want to do a top 10 list of your own, you can put it in the comments as well. I will be very glad to hear opinions. I really enjoy a lot of other Sonic games like Sonic and the Secret Rings and Sonic and the Black Knight. I even have some fun time with Sonic 06. I think every Sonic game has that moment that you simply remember. But these top 10 I think are the most important Sonic games and the most fun overall to replay. Thanks for watching this very first top 10 and I hope you liked it.